Hey, welcome guys back to the channel. It's Maverick here with episode 4 of Majo no Tabitabi. So, in the last episode, we do learn a lot more about Elaina, more specifically her values, her morals, and how she chooses to act in certain situations, right? Now, I'm sure that she is a controversial figure, I would say. Personally, I'm okay with her taking a neutral stance toward things, as long as she can consistently keep that stance, right? And I do think that we need to learn a little bit more as well as to what happened to her during these past 3 years. What's compelling her to carry out this sort of principle or philosophy of life, right? So the only thing that I do hope is that she doesn't become a hypocrite and actually follows through with her own principles and values. If that's the case, then I'm okay. Or if not, I'm gonna call her out on it, on being flippy-floppy. But in any case, I do think that people who dislike this kind of character, who need to have a heroic, do their best to be good kind of character, probably have already dropped this series already. So let's just continue on, shall we, and see how she acts in this one. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Like, honestly, I could... Okay, hold on. Hold that thought. I'll talk more during the opening. Okay. Alright. I mean, that's a pretty apt comparison, I feel like. Alright, is this gonna have a happy ending or a bad ending? Well, I guess that's for us to find out in this episode, right? Anyways, what was I about to say? Oh, so basically I can think of like dozens of reasons why someone would act that way. Take a stance of neutrality and not really do anything to help others in the situation that we saw in the last episode. But with all the kinds of the reasons I can come up with, it doesn't really mean much because I want to know what Elaina thinks of this situation. We already know how she acts to it, how she responds to it. Why though? What's her thought process? That's what I'm interested in. Also, I have to say, she does not look anything like 18 to me. Alright, a love story. How are we going to end that one? Are those toys doing work? The Princess Without Subjects. Nakikuni no Majo. So that's why those toys are being powered by magic and working as her servants, retainers, etc. I mean, I'm assuming as a witch, she has supernatural resistance powers. Or maybe not. I was thinking she seemed awfully resilient to the cold. Whenever there's like one structure still standing when everything else has been destroyed, you know something's up, right? That was a magical barrier? Seal? Something? I mean, you could repair it, right? Girl, repair the door. You're gonna let all the cold air in. Is this the princess? Oh. Your makeup is a little thick, isn't it? Mira Rose. She can't leave this palace? Are you the Sleeping Beauty or something? What? Okay, I was thinking why, it seems that... Huh. I was thinking, like, why were there still things burning? Wait, so the princess is a witch? Yeah, there's a lot of questions. And I'm presuming it has something to do with what Elaina was talking about at the beginning, in regards to the princess and the cook and all that. And the princess was pregnant, right? Hmm. Although I think if the princess makes like a formal request, well, with some promises of rewards or anything, she would actually help. Although I think she is pretty, Elaina, I mean. I think she's pretty adverse to danger, though. I mean, it kind of makes sense. If you die, you can't travel anymore. You can't record the things anymore. So, I guess we'll be seeing this one through. Breakfast? Huh. She's doing the cooking herself. Okay. And here I was thinking she was gonna use her magic to power the toys and whatnot. That's probably because your lover was the cook, right? That would make sense. Ooh, bacon and eggs and bread and juice. My kind of breakfast. Although, how does she... Why is there fresh fruit, though? Oh, I want to eat bacon. Hmm. Lick it. Ah! I thought she was totally gonna lick it. Ah, so that's what happened. See, that's what I don't get. If witches have the capability to do something like this, why don't they use it for their day-to-day work? I mean, you guys don't literally need to do it in one day. You could totally... I guess if the monster wanders around randomly during the night, it could fall in prematurely. Nice. Alright, let's place our bets. Is she gonna die or not? I feel like there's some twist here in some way. Like that monster is maybe her lover or her parents or something like that. Personally, I think Mirarose is gonna die. I mean, she did make a promise to her mom, right? She's supposed to run away from any trouble. Damn, that thing is fast. But you can literally gain altitude and it wouldn't be able to do anything, right? Oh, it has spiders for legs? Turn. Zoom. Is it gonna fall for it? Oh. Hook, line, and sinker. What if it can just, like, climb out or jump out? Well, I guess that answers that. This would be a perfect time to call down a meteor shower. Oof. And I love that the witches in this world really can utilize all sorts of magic. I think she's okay, though. Oh. She's about to release her ultimate, I think. That ring of fire and whatnot gives me a very Diablo kind of feeling. Okay. Oh, lightning, eh? Okay. Her lover was burned at the stake. Probably burned by her parents, I'm guessing. Ooh. Ah, that's nice. I think this is many levels of magic stronger than Elaina has. Those are her parents, right? Yeah. Her dad. Her father burned her lover at the stake. Now the question is, what transformed him into this? Mm-hmm. What about the baby? Mm-hmm. Okay, she unleashed it onto the country? She... Yeah. You know, I can understand trying to get your revenge on her father, but you didn't have to, like, pull down the entire country with you, Mirarose. I feel like there are much better ways of letting your father feel despair than dragging the entire country down with it. Just saying! Why is the fruit all fresh? Like, where does it even come from? Yeah, she's lost it. Nice. Alright. See you guys after this. Well, okay. I know I said in the middle of the episode, guys, place your bets on whether or not Mirarose would live in the end or not. Well, even though she's technically alive, I would say that also kind of constitutes as her death as well. I mean, can you really call that living anymore? Eek. Now, this is one of those cases where, if this was like another series or like this entire world, this entire work had a sort of like a sequel, like 100 years later, that town would be turned into one where there was a haunting spirit within it, and then like a group of adventurers would or travelers would eventually stumble upon to the city, and then they would recognize, hey, this is the witch Mirarose that we read in Elena's adventures, right? Her record of adventures or whatnot, and then allow the story to carry on forward that way, right? But I think I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyways, so not exactly a happy ending. It was kind of interesting though that Elaina actually decided to help her this time, even though she once again did not. first, even though she was requested to do this, Rose didn't really give her anything in return, right? This was more or less still Elaina deciding to do this out of her, just basically out of her own conviction. Although, I think, she hasn't actually refused any request yet, right? I know people are gonna keep talking about last episode with Nina and whatnot, but Nina never requested her help, right? She never said anything to say, Elaina, help me. You see, the son, right? The son made a request. He requested Elaina to help him, think of a way or whatnot to give the gift to Nina, right? So she honored his request. Back to the first half of the last episode, she answered the request of the plant spirit or whatnot, which manifested as a woman. She honored her request as well to bring the flowers into the city. And then, of course, back in episode 2, she also honored the request to help the girl pass her tests, right? And even gave her encouragement along the way. So I think right now, we still have something to go through. We can say, okay, maybe she actually still helps as long as you actively request for her help. That's one thing. And secondly, maybe she helps those that are more magically inclined, right? Because, hey, Mira Rose was a witch here, and of course, back in episode 2, she was a witch as well, right? Or an apprentice. A soon-to-be apprentice witch, let's just say. So maybe she handles the criteria that way. Or there is also another possibility, which is that she helps people basically judging on how desperate they are, I think. Like if she, she herself is fixated on making this journey, right? Traveling around the world and recording all the different events, seeing different events and whatnot. And all the people that she's helped so far, you can also more or less say that they are fixated on one thing as well. I guess, except the son, even though he wasn't really, the son of the village chief. Although Elaina didn't really do much to help him, I guess you could say. Anyways, but the whole reason why I'm going through this is because it ties back to what I said at the beginning of this episode, right? Which is, I'm okay with her, being neutral and whatnot, or not actually actively helping people, even though she can. Like I said, there's tons of reasons why she wouldn't want to do this, but at the same time, I do want her to keep a consistent character and consistent, consistent principles, right? And if she just breaks them willy-nilly, well, that's not exactly being principled, that's just being opportunistic, which is also okay, I guess you could say, but even then, I want to understand what makes her tick, what makes her make certain decisions, right? I feel like that is part of the mystery and part of the challenge to us viewers to try and work out through her travels, through how she interacts with different people, and through how she faces these various situations. So, this is still only episode 4. We still got tons of time. These are just some preliminary observations for now. And feel free to make your own observations, too, in the comments below. And for the rest of it, well, I guess we got to see some nice magic again. I was seriously hoping for... I think something that would have been really awesome was if Mira Rose actually summoned a meteor down and wham, just directly, squash the monster, right? Squash her father right then and there and allow that to be the killing blow. Although, I guess having like millions of swords and whatnot pierce for you is also quite neat as well. Now, what do I think of her? Now, obviously, she's crazy, right? It's one thing to exact revenge on your father, it's another thing to take down the entire country with you. Like, that is just being petty, right? That is just being very, very petty. I feel like there's lots of different ways you can allow someone to feel despair without resorting to that. But I guess, in her case, she doesn't care anymore, right? The love of her life, both her lover and her baby are gone, taken from her, and we can clearly see that she doesn't wish to live anymore as well. So you can just, in a way, you could consider this entire city, her tomb, right? And the subjects are the living sacrifices for her tomb here. She is going to stay here for eternity. This is where she's going to die, where she's going to, and potentially also turn into a haunting spirit or whatnot. And, well, that's the end of her. She doesn't give a shit, right? That's just the case. She doesn't give a shit. So, anyways, that's it for episode 4 of Majo no Tabitabi. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.